These 7-star Kommo-o raids have been live since last night, so today I'll be going over how you can solo the raid in case you don't have a group to take them down. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So per usual, before we hop into the actual strategy, let's go ahead and take a peek at what you're going to be going up against once you do hop into the raid. So this is going to be a 7-star Kommo-o raid, so it will be level 100, and Kommo-o is a dragon and fighting type Pokemon. However, for this raid, it is going to have the fighting Tera type. Its ability is going to be soundproof, which means that it is not going to be affected by any sound-based moves. And its main moveset is going to be Close Combat, Dragon Claw, Iron Head, and Boom Burst. However, it does also have access to Clangering Scales so that it can boost all of its stats. As for what you're going to be bringing, we're going to be bringing back an old favorite, which is Annihilape. You of course want your Annihilape to be level 100, and Annihilape is a fighting and ghost type Pokemon. However, for this raid, you are going to want it to have the Ghost Tera type. For its held item, you are going to want it to hold the Shell Bell just so that you can get some HP recovery, since Kommo-o is still going to be hitting you a lot and pretty hard, considering that it can boost its own stats. We do want to have some HP recovery in there. Your ability doesn't really matter because it's not like Kommo-o is like lowering your stats or anything, but mine has Defiant, and your EVs are going to be full HP and full attack with an adamant nature, and I highly recommend that you hyper train in HP, attack, and defense especially, considering that Kommo-o is mostly going to be using physical attacks. As for your moveset, you are going to want to go ahead and go with Bulldoze, Focus Energy, Rage Fist, and Bulk Up. Bulldoze is going to be key because with Clangering Scales, Kommo-o is able to raise its speed, so you want to make sure that you are outspeeding it so that you're able to get your hits in first. So Bulldoze is going to help you in that respect, since it does lower speed. Focus Energy is going to give you a 50% chance to critical hit, which will make the raid go a lot faster, which is actually very convenient because majority of the raid will be behind a shield, so you're going to have to like power through that. So the crits will help. Rage Fist is going to be your big attacking move of choice, which of course gets boosted every single time that Annihilape gets hit. And then Bulk Up is going to be there to help you bulk up your defenses, since like I said, Kommo-o is going to be using mostly physical moves, so you want to be able to take those a lot better. But now that we know what we're going up against and what we're going to be bringing in order to take down the raid, let's go ahead and hop into the actual strategy. So when it comes to this raid in particular, you do want to be paired with an Intimidate user just because Kommo-o is going to raise all of its stats literally like at the very beginning of the raid. So you want to go ahead and make sure that that attack stat is technically at neutral, since Intimidate is -1 and Clangering Scales is going to give it a +1 in all of its stats. But we got paired with Staraptor, so we are good to go here. But if you don't get paired with an Intimidate user, I would definitely recommend restarting until you do. We're going to go ahead and we're actually going to Bulldoze for the first 3 turns. And that way we are able to lower Kommo-o's speed, since like I said, it did raise all of its stats by 1. So now we're going to go ahead and drop its speed so that we are able to outspeed it moving forward. You will also see that the actual shield for the raid goes up super early, so you're going to have to be fighting through the shield basically for the entire raid, which is kind of whack, but you know what, it's a Kommo-o, what are you going to do? They had to make him a little bit more viable somehow. Okay. And obviously, like, our Shell Bell is going to give us a little bit of HP recovery as well, but you're just going to keep bulldozing. I know I said, like, 3 turns, but technically just keep bulldozing until you faint. But ideally, you want to get 3 in, so that was our second one. And honestly, I don't know if we're going to faint next turn unless we get, like, super mega critted or something. Yeah. So we're probably going to end up getting more than 3. The reason that you want to get at least 3 off is because you want to charge up your Tera Orb. So obviously you need to get 3 physical hits in before you're able to Terastalize. And you do ideally want to faint just so you can start fresh, so you don't have to risk losing your Tera or anything. So I'm just going to keep bulldozing until I faint. This might take a while. Hell, but Kommo-o, do something. Come on. You're supposed to be a pseudo-legendary. You're doing like 3 damage to me, my guy. You know what, Kommo-o, you're really trying. And I'll give you a gold star for that. Not us literally like staying alive and Kommo-o struggling to actually knock us out. Please, sir. Okay, well, it removed all of the negative effects from itself, which it does that really early on. However, it nullifies like your stats kind of late in the raid, which is fine because regardless, we are going to have Rage Fist like forever boosted. So all of these hits that we're taking is actually helping us in the long run. Okay, So now we are able to come back fresh. Okay, well, he did clear our side of stats, but here we go. We're gonna go ahead and Terastalize now. And then we're gonna go ahead and use Bulk Up. Since it did clear all of the stats, this is like your chance to actually like set up. Look at us, we're so spooky. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and Bulk Up right after you Terastalize. This is also going to help you take any physical hits a lot better since you are raising your defense. So these Dragon Claws are gonna do a lot less now. And then we're gonna go for one more. Now we're gonna get hit by this other Dragon Claw, which is fine. We're gonna go ahead and use Focus Energy this turn. This is gonna give us like a 50% chance to crit, which is going to help us knock out this shield a lot faster. And lucky for us, we're not getting critted or anything, so that's great. Now at this point, you're gonna go ahead and just Rage Fist forever. And we'll see how much this one does here. Sir, you gotta like, bro really did like, oh nice crit, see, we love Focus Energy for that. Bro really did like the little wind up for the Rage Fist. He literally took his sweet time. Okay. And, you know, the Clanging Scales is a little scary, like that did a lot, but considering that we're Terra Ghost and we've been hit a couple of times and we also have Focus Energy, we should be able to get our HP back. Okay, it looks like we are going to be able to knock out the shield next turn, so we're doing okay on time as well. We're going to get hit by this Dragon Claw. It's going to do 3 damage. However, we are going to get hit by this Clanging Scales once again, which it's fine. We'll be okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and Rage Fist again to knock out this shield. He's got to do his little wind up and take his sweet time. Boom. Okay. And then since the shield is now gone, we should be able to probably just knock Kommo-o out next turn, considering how much Rage Fist has been powered up. He did remove any negative effects from himself, but like, what's bro gonna do? We're at full HP. Even if he like super mega crits, we still gonna be alive. I'm so sorry, my guy. I'm so sorry that you are a mid pseudo-legendary. But you know what? It's okay, because he really never mind, that was really tragic. Actually, Annihilate, you kind of just made me sad there. It wasn't a crit, so you know what? I take it back. I'm embarrassed. We're both doing 2 damage. It's fine. Okay. Now, that being a 3-hit KO was a little bit embarrassing, Annihilate, I'm not gonna lie, but here we are. Ironhead does have a chance to flinch, but yeah, that's it. That's all you gotta do is just punch it a lot. Okay, the crit was a little aggressive. Bro got mad that I said that he was not doing well when he had to 3-hit KO Kommo-o after the shield. Listen, I'm just calling it as it is, Annihilate. So this seems like a skill issue on his part. Okay, so there you go. That is how you can easily solo the Kommo-o raid. Which, are we surprised? Because like, he does give some pretty good items. So you get some Herba Mystica, you get some vitamins, some Tera Shards for fighting Tera Shards, a TM, an ability patch, all the goods, all like the typical rewards. Which, considering how like simple it is in order for you to actually solo this raid, this might be a good raid in order for you to farm for things like Tera Shards or vitamins or ability patches, whatever you might need, because these are like obviously high ticket items. So yeah, I mean, with this build, you should be able to just farm this pretty easily. But there you have it. That is how you can easily solo the 7-star Kommo-o raid. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, I kindly suggest that you consider subscribing so that I can continue to make content for you guys. And if you are already subscribed and you would like another way to support the channel, feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.